blogger. Ibrahim Hassan Umar, you should kindly join them. Abubakar M. Kareto will join us via Zoom with the
It's preferable for each of the panelists to introduce him or herself for proper identification. I'll start with the person from my left-hand side, Master Shetima.
Good morning, everyone. I also start with the existing protocol. My name is Shetima Mustafa from AG Ismail and Co-Chambers, and a member of the panel. Thank you, sir.
And to my sister on the right-hand side.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Falmata Abu Mohammed. I'm a Deputy Director of Public Prosecution, Ministry of Justice.
Hello, good morning, everybody. My name is Ibrahim Hassan Omar. I'm a social media influencer.
With the introduction in place now, I have to at the onset express one point. Long before now, most of us have been pessimistic about the use of technology, particularly the diffusion aspect into legal profession, legal practice, and administration of justice generally. However, reality dawned on us. I, in particular, repented and become fully optimistic and I formed the opinion that there is no way ICT will not form part of the legal profession. It is a reality which we all have to embrace. And then to prove that, I'm not personally prepared to introduce, I did not personally prepare any note in form of introduction, but to prove that ICT is a reality, I will just quickly put on my data, use AI, generate whatever I'm going to generate as introduction, and then quickly read out to the gallery to prove to us that ICT is a tool of progress. It is a means that, if properly harnessed, would enhance the administration of justice. Let me quickly put on my data and then generate the introduction. Within a few seconds, my introduction is ready. That's the power of ICT. I used Meta. Some of us might be familiar with it. And this is the result that I got. Meaning of social media. Social media refers to online platforms that enable users to create, share, and interact with content, information, or other users in a virtual environment. Examples include Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Then laws and regulations. Cybercrime Act 2015 regulates online activities, including cyber stalking, identity theft, and other online forms of National Broadcasting Commission, NBC Court, regulates the contents on social media. NITDA Court Practice 2022, which regulates online contents and platforms. Then, what are the contributions of use of social media? This is what Meta provided for us. Social media facilitates the spread of information, news, and awareness on various issues. It also brings about economic opportunities. Social media enables businesses to reach a wider audience, promote products, and engage with customers. It also brings contribution in the form of social mobilization. Social media plays a crucial role for social causes, such as, for instance, Bring Back Our Girls protest. In addition to that, as a form of contribution, social media opens the gate for education and learning. This is a typical example of the advantage that we just took this morning by going through AI to generate this thing. Social media provides access to education resources, online courses, and hate speech, distraction, and decreased productivity, particularly where young minds are involved. Then privacy concerns. Social media raises concerns about data protection, surveillance, and online privacy. Then we quickly look at the limitations. We have regulatory challenges, social freedom of expression. Then this issue of digital divide. Not everyone in Nigeria has access to social media, particularly in rural areas, and data breaches. And then finally, what are the ways forward to navigate online spaces safely and responsibly? Then there is a need to put in place this by implementing robust cybersecurity measures to protect users' data and prevent online threats. And then collaboration, to encourage collaboration between government, private sector, and civil society to promote a safe and responsible online. So this is so far the introduction that we quickly got from AI. With this, I believe I am ready to harvest souls. If there are people who still believe that ICT is skeptical, with this effort made so far, I believe I'm winning your souls. Join me in believing the reality of ICT. So, to the members of the panel, we have all had the introduction, and before now I assume all of us must have read one thing or the other. So I will start with Shetima from my right-hand side to give us legal perspective on the use of social media, taking into account the contributions, criticisms, limitations, and all other necessary things that will make users to use social media handles responsibly. So what is legal perspective, Mr. Shetima?
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the opportunity. As rightly observed during the overview by the chairman of the panel, social media particularly has become an integral part of our daily life, not just legal profession alone or administration of justice, as the case may be. Social media is one of the greatest gifts the internet, the inventors of internet or ICT professional has given particularly to this generation. Because it is because of social media, so many talents, for example, in our societies that are hidden, so many rights violations, for example, that are hidden, that are even not known to the authorities, to the closest authorities in such communities, are actually being exposed. So much so that people now fear social media more than they fear God Almighty. Because, for example, in a recent case in Maiduguri, we have seen cases of child abuse that if not because of social media, it wouldn't have been exposed. And that particular exposure has gone a long way in sending a warning to people in the community, not just in the immediate community of Borno State per se, because the reach of social media is global. It has actually sent a warning, a stark warning to people in the community who are actually prone to violating rights of vulnerable among the society. So social media has gone in a long way in actually reducing stress on advocacy, that in those days it takes years, months before a particular advocacy or campaign get to a particular community or a target audience. But these days, you just only need a data and a gadget to actually embark on a campaign. Before a day, before 24 hours, you see so many people, millions of people around the world are keen into that particular campaign to ensure that whatever goal that campaign set out to achieve is actually achieved effectively. And then social media has greatly contributed in actually creating awareness, as rightly observed by the panel chairman here, in creating awareness, particularly among the hitherto voiceless members of the society, people who are at the lowest rung of the ladder of the society, whose existence is actually barely known, even by authorities. As a result of social media, their existence is not only known, but the talents that are actually associated with people at the lowest rung of the society, social media actually reveals them, discovers them, so to speak, and actually link them up with relevant authorities, campaigners, and so on and so forth. So the impact of social media is beyond beyond measure, so to speak, because social media has given voice to the voiceless in the society. Social media has actually helped in actually creating a veritable platform for so many campaigns. As rightly also pointed out by the chairman of the panel, one of the most commonly cited example of the impact of social media on campaign is the NSAS campaign. Despite the fact that it has a lot of controversy as to the legality or otherwise of that particular campaign, we all know as lawyers that every citizen of Nigeria under the Constitution is guaranteed and protected with a right to freedom of association, freedom of peaceful protest, and so on and so forth. The campaign in Lagos, particularly NSAS campaign, was actually very vociferous, was very momentum, largely because of the use of social media platforms. Because it has reached to a point that the federal government of Nigeria had to actually listen to these people, had to actually embark on police reform to ensure that the demand of those particular campaigners are actually legitimate demands are actually met, in ensuring that the police institution is actually restructured, reorganized with the view of giving it a human face. Yes. Okay, sir. And then coming back closer to home, we've seen how the Chibok girl abduction in Borno went global, went viral, so to speak, using the language of ICT. It would have been an ordinary one of those happenings or events or incidents that will be swept under the carpet within a matter of a day or couple of days. But because of the use or deployment of social media, it has to reach global stage where the campaign become a global campaign, so much so that the case of Chibok become up to date, a global case, a global reference case as far as abduction, generally cases of abduction is concerned, particularly of schoolgirls. So social media is an integral part of legal, it has to be an integral part of legal profession. It remains, okay, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, sir. Because of time constraint. Yes.
Thank you so much. And so before I hand over the mic to my sister by my right-hand side, we still want to prove the power of ICT, because one of the panelists is elsewhere, and we expect him to join us via Zoom. His name is Abubakar Kareto. Master Zakaria, quickly join him. We want my Lord the Honorable Chief Judge to see his face and do that as quick as possible. While the process is ongoing, so far, the introduction that we expected from AI. With this, I believe I am ready to harvest source. If there are people ICT is skeptical. With this effort made so far, I believe I'm winning your source. Join me in believing the reality of ICT. So, to the members of the panel, we have all had the introduction, and before now I assume all of us myself from my right-hand side to give us a legal perspective on the use of social media, taking into account the contributions, criticisms, limitations, and all other necessary things that will make users to use. Well, to save time, while the process is ongoing, we ask the representative of the Ministry of Justice to give us an overview with a particular scope relating to prosecution of cyber crimes. What are the prospects and what are the challenges that you face at the Ministry of Justice when it comes to cases of such nature?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator, for giving me this opportunity. To start with, social media is a global issue because the world is going digitally. So even in the terms of prosecution and then the legal aspect in general, we are also migrating to the digital world. I quite appreciate how you outlined the contributions of the social media to our day-to-day life activities. To us at the Legal Palace, it does more to us than any other person because it drastically reduces paperwork. You can make your research at the comfort of your room without necessarily going to the library. It can link you up with somebody as far as China just to consult him on legal issues. And then if we come to our courtrooms, we have the Evidence Act, which provided under Section 84 for the admissibility of electronically generated evidence after due compliance has been followed. And then with the ACJA, Administration of Criminal Justice Act, and then we have our state law under Section 26, which provided for the confessional statement of accused persons or suspects must be recorded, and they must also be tendered before the court. All these are aimed at ensuring that justice is being done to the defendant and all the parties involved. Aside the contributions made or highlighted by Barrister Shetima, it also has series of criticisms, despite the beautiful aspects of social media. Now, if we look at Section 39 of the 1999 Constitution, it provides for freedom of speech. But is that right absolute? It is not absolute. We have other laws that also came in to criminalize certain words used by individuals via social medias, like the Cyber Crimes Act. It prohibited the use of words like offensive, annoying, and so on and so forth. And we can see how journalists and bloggers are being taken to court for using of such words. Then look at under the Electoral Act 2. Despite the fact that you have the right under the Constitution, you are not allowed to also use hate speech or to avoid as much as possible to avoid words that can incite violence. If you do that, any person that does that can also be taken to court. Then, above all, we have the prejudicial social media trial. We call it media trial because as soon as an offense is happened somewhere, before you know it, it is all over the media. People have even convicted the suspect before even the file will be taken to the appropriate channel. We've all witnessed a case at 202 where the suspect was alleged to have stabbed his girlfriend. Before you know it, it is all about the media. People have already a judgment. So that undermines our court system. Because at the end of the day, no matter how beautiful this case is being done, people will still feel as if there are the defendant justice was not done to the defendant, or that there is compromise somewhere. And another criticism is that if you look at it, those that are the users of the social media, most especially the cyber bullies that can go to their social media and commit all sorts of crimes, some use anonymous account to do that. And some are even outside Nigeria. And this poses a cross-border jurisdictional issue because the offenders cannot be found for them to be properly prosecuted. And if you look at it, most of these platform companies are not within Nigeria. Their land. So if I was maybe offended a woman through a social media handle, what law is it, the company or the offender that I cannot even reach my hand to? Is the fragmented laws under various national legislations that police.
Thank you so much, panelist. But we also have to give him scope so that all the areas we intend to cover are fully covered. We want you to contribute, particularly I go on social media, attack government officials, pass online judgments, make negative criticisms instead of constructive.
Morning, distinguished colleague, esteemed guests, and fellow digital citizens. I'm Ibrahim Hassan Omar, widely known as Ibrahim Pasi, and with over 1 million collective followers, I stand before you today to discuss a topic profoundly relevant to our lives in Borno State, the multi-faced role of social media. Our conversation draw heavily from an insightful analysis which you can find in the NBA Maiduguri Law Week 2025 second section, day 3, titled Social Media in Borno. So the social media offers Borno State a powerful platform for progress, impose a significant limitation and risks, demanding extreme caution from influencers to navigate defined between pre-expression and potential legal repercussions. So, contribution of social media in Borno State: information, dissemination, awareness, advocacy and community mobilization, economic empowerment, investigate, reporting and transparency. So, criticism of social media in Borno State: spread of misinformation and fake news, hate speech, incitement, propaganda and radicalizations, privacy and concern. So, limitation of social media in Borno State: cybercrime, defamation law, freedom of expression, state control. Contribution: social media platform have profoundly impacted Borno State by information dissemination awareness. They serve as crucial channel for sharing real-time information, particularly vital during humanitarian crisis and security operation. This includes updates on complete displacement and aid efforts, reaching a wide audience quickly. Advocacy and community mobilization: influencers and ordinary citizens leverage this platform to advocate of social justice, human rights, and good governance. They can mobilize communities for various causes, from demanding accountability to promoting peace building and initiative. Economic empowerment: for many, especially women entrepreneurs in the region, social media provides a low-cost platform for marketing goods and service, expanding their reach beyond the physical market and fostering economic resilience in challenging environment. Investigate, reporting and transparency: journalists and citizens report in Maiduguri and other parts of Borno utilize social media to cross-source information, uncover hiding, truth, expose corruption, and promote transparency, particularly where traditional media face constraints. So, criticism: spread of misinformation and fake news, hate speech and incitement, propaganda and radicalization, privacy concern. This in positive contribution social media in Borno State: first, significant criticism, spread of misinformation and fake news. This is of sharing information without verification has led to the rapid dissemination of unverified or misleading content, particularly concerning security. Concerning security issues, public health and political matters, this can cause confusion, panic and.
Thank you, Mohammed. Because of time factor, can you quickly summarize the major points?
A call for collective support in
Pardon? Yes, just go to the major points.
A call for collective support empowering Borno digital voice. A social media influencer, we are the forefront of shaping narrative, fostering connection and driving progress in Borno State. Our profession is not merely about content creation. It is about leveraging digital platform to inform, inspire and empower our communities.
Thank you so much. But we lastly want to hear one point from you. How do you responsibly use social media? This is a single question that we expect single answer from you, sir. Okay. How do you responsibly use social media?
They serve as a crucial channel.
Okay. In essence, what we are saying is this. Put your hands together. Thank you so much. Let me have the mic.
Hello, Master Zakaria, can we have Kareto online, please? See, you will not ask me to continue from here. Hook me up with Kareto. This is ICT. Well, let's proceed. And on final note, Mr. Shetima, just briefly touch on the adequacies and inadequacies of the legal framework pertaining to use of social media in Nigeria. Be brief, please. You have 2 minutes to respond to this.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As rightly observed by Mr. Haruna, one of the biggest challenges as far as prosecution of cybercrime offenses in Nigeria is concerned is fragmentation of laws. Because as a prosecutor, you need to lay your hands on different legislation pertaining to issue cyber crime in Nigeria. For example, the principal legislation as far as cyber crime is concerned is the Nigerian Cybercrime Act 2015, which was later amended in 2024. Because of the ferocious nature of the evolution of the cyberspace in Nigeria, the laws need, particularly with the emergence of AI now, it is making it very difficult to actually put in place a legislation.
You have 30 seconds.
Okay, sir, to ensure that suspect or cybercrime offenders are actually arrested. So these are some of the challenges that are there as far as cybercrime issues is concerned in Nigeria. So thank you.
Fostering economic resilience.
Thank you so much.
Investigate reporting and
Master Zakaria. Yes. Abubakar.
False information on cover hiding, truth exposed corruption, and promote transparency, particularly where traditional media.
Hello, Master Kareto.
Can you hear me? Spread of misinformation.
Hello, can you hear us from there?
Propaganda and radicalization, privacy concern. In positive contribution, social media and promoted. First significant criticism. Spread of misinformation and fake news. This is of sharing information without verification has led to rapid dissemination of unverified or misleading content, particularly concerning security. Concerning security issues, public health and political matters, this can cause confusion, panic and.
Thank you, Mohammed. Because of time
Hello, Mr. Abubakar M. Kareto. Can you hear us over there?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good morning. Please kindly speak loud enough so that everyone here can hear you. We are happy and glad you have joined us. This is Maiduguri Biu branches of Nigerian Bar Association. Day 3. We are.
how do you responsibly use social media?
Am I clear? Am I clear?
We serve as a crucial channel.
Are you hearing me?
What we are saying is this. Put your hands together. Thank you so much.
Master Kareto, can you hear us over there?
Yes, me, I can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you too, and we expect you to speak loud enough, please.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
If you're hearing me.
Because
Okay,
this is an
thank you so
August
much.
occasion.
I'm very glad.
Give us an
to,
August
to
voice,
be part
please.
of- Yeah. Okay. I'm very glad to be part of this program.
This is ICT.
And I want maybe someone who uses the social media extensively. If I said I'm going to speak on the law, I'm not a lawyer. So I think majorly what I want to talk on is
Let's proceed
based on my experience. So I observed some limitations
the adequacies and inadequacies
social
of
media.
the legal framework pertaining to use of social media in Nigeria.
And I'm glad that I'm speaking to lawyers and those who are responsible for the administration of justice, because I